Hello everyone, in this video lecture I'll be discussing about synthesis of nanomaterial by three different methods. First method is sol-gel method, second is by precipitation method, third is by CVD process. Let's discuss all the three processes in the coming slides. Nanomaterials can be synthesized by two methods. One is by bottom-up approach, next is by top-down approach. Bottom-up approach refers from small to big. In this method, the materials are prepared bottom by bottom, cluster by cluster, molecule by molecule in an orderly arrangement. You can see in the below diagram the bottom-up approach. Basically, it's prepared from a small particle to the large material. What we can say, it's a big material. It is a bottom-up approach. Other approach is nothing but the top-down approach. So here the bigger particles are broken down into the small size nanomaterial by physical method. So these are generally the two approach of preparation of nanomaterial. The most convenient method of preparation of nanomaterial is by bottom-up approach. In this process, there are three ways how we can prepare the nanomaterial. One is by sol-gel process, second is by precipitation, third is by chemical vapor deposition technique. So all the three techniques I will be discussing in detail. First, let me start with the sol-gel method. A sol is a colloidal suspension of solid particle dispersed in a liquid phase. A gel is a colloidal solution made up of liquid particle dispersed in a solid phase. In general, sol-gel consists of chemical transformation of a sol to gel state and subsequent post-treatment and transition to solid nanomaterial. In the below diagram, a representation of sol-gel method is given. Initially, the starting material, also known as precursor, is taken in a solution, is subjected to hydrolysis, next condensation with rapid stirring to produce a gel. Gel through subsequent drying, through evaporative drying or supercritical drying, produces two different compounds. One is xerogel, next is aerogel. So these two compounds are next subjected to heat treatment to produce the final compound. So let's see the steps involved in sol-gel process. Preparation of sol. First, sol is prepared by dispersing the precursor, that is the starting material, in solvent alcohol. Next, it is subjected to hydrolysis with acid or base catalyst. So here you can see MOR is nothing but metal alkoxide, where R is the alkyl group, is subjected to hydrolysis to produce the required sol, that is MOH, plus alcohol is produced. Next, the sol produced is converted into gel. Sol is further converted to gel by polycondensation reaction between MOH and MOR, resulting a gel formation. So MOH is made to react with ROM to produce MOM. So M is metal, oxygen, metal bond, plus alcohol is also formed. So this is the polycondensation reaction where the sol is converted into gel. In the third step, aging of the gel takes place. It is also known as syneresis. Polycondensation reaction continues until the gel transforms into a solid mass by contraction of gel network and expulsion of solvent from the gel takes place. So it's a slow process. It may take a period of 1 week to complete this kind of process. In the fourth step, removal of solvent takes place. The gel formed by thermal evaporation at ambient temperature is called as xerogel. If the solvent is extracted under critical condition, aerogel solid is obtained. So in aerogel, what you are doing is nothing but the gel is compressed and heated above its critical temperature and pressure using supercritical fluids. So ultimately the gel obtained is nothing but aerogel, which is nothing but a synthetic porous ultralight material derived from a gel in which the liquid component of the gel is being replaced with the gas. So you can see the diagram of aerogel. In the fifth step, the gel is treated at high temperature around 400 to 800 degrees Celsius to collapse the pores in the gel network and to dry out the remaining organic contaminants. Thus, the nano-sized metal oxide particles can be prepared. So, these are the steps involved in the Sol-Gel process. Next, let's see what are the advantages of this kind of method. So, high purity compounds are obtained. The approach is very cheap and is a low temperature technique that allows for the fine control on products' chemical composition. The second method to prepare the nanomaterial is by precipitation method. In this method, an inorganic salt such as chloride is dissolved in water to form metal hydrate. Example for precursor is aluminium hydrate. Sodium hydroxide is added as a precipitating agent to the precursor solution. The precursor is dissolved in one kind of solvent, so that is nothing but precursor solution. The pH of the solution changes and condensation of the precursor takes place. Nucleus formation is initiated. The nucleus further grows into the particle which gets precipitated. The particle size of the product depends upon the rate of attainment of supersaturation and rate of nucleation. If the solution attains supersaturation level slowly and nucleation proceeds over a long period of time, then the precipitate with wide particle size is formed. On the other hand, if the solution reaches supersaturation and nucleation suddenly, then the particle of small size is obtained. The product formed is filtered, washed with water, air dried and finally calcined to high temperature to produce the required nanomaterial. So these are the steps involved in precipitation process. So you can see in the below diagram the representation of precipitation process. So initially the sodium hydroxide of known weight is added to distilled water to produce the sodium hydroxide solution of required strength, which is next added to the chloride precursor. Next, what we are getting, a solution of sodium hydroxide plus chloride precursor. So that is stirred for a period of 60 minutes at a high temperature to get a precipitate. So that precipitate is washed. The precipitate after washing is filtered and it's dried at a very high temperature. Next, it is finally grinded to get the required nanomaterial. Okay, so this is the representation of precipitation process, in which we can see how we can prepare the nanomaterial by the chloride precursor. The third method for preparation of nanomaterial is by chemical vapor deposition method, also known as CVD process. It is a process to produce coatings, fiber, and it is widely used in semiconductor industry for fabrication of semiconductor device. Nanoparticles are synthesized from gaseous phase by deposition of precursors at high temperature. In the below diagram, systematic representation of CVD process is given. So here, first, the carrier gas is passed through the vapors of the precursor. The carrier gas takes the vapors of the precursor into the hot chamber, that is the reaction chamber. It is a hot furnace kept at a particular temperature. So here the reactants, that is nothing but the precursor, will undergo a reaction to produce a cluster which condenses and deposits on the surface of a cold finger. Cold finger is a cold trap made up of liquid nitrogen. Ultimately the scraper is rotated up and down, where the scraper will scrap up the nanomaterials and the collection of nanomaterials will be at the bottom. So here multiple number of precursors also can be used, which is added from this kind of setup and to produce different types of nanomaterial. So this is regarding the how we can prepare the nanomaterial by CVD process.